Nobody move. Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. Guess what? This video is my 1,000th, I was going to say 100th, my 1,000th rock music related video, for my rock music vlogs playlist. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, before I get started on today's subject matter, I want to mention that tomorrow I'm doing a ranking of all of the Ween albums. And next up is Chocolate and Cheese. And so stay tuned for that video. And thanks to the Ween fans out there that support my series on that. I appreciate that. So today's video is, for me, 20, and probably more than 20 in my collection, but there's no Beatles in this, even though they could have been easily included. 20 albums that I feel are, they might not even be my favorite album by these artists, but I feel from start to finish, just a perfect album. Nothing, sometimes there's one song that's, not quite as good as other songs on a great album. And some of these, maybe in the past I didn't consider them perfect. There might be a song I didn't really care for, but just, through the years I've grown to appreciate that particular song. And these aren't ranked, but there's 20 of them. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And please remember to like the video and make sure you're subscribed to my 2 channels. Here we go. What a great album, and what a great sounding album. Supertramp, or as I sometimes call them, Supercramp, Crime of the Century. For me, just like I said, perfect from start to finish. Now this one, there was a song on this album by, Alice Cooper, Killer, that I never used to, I liked it, I guess, but I wasn't a big fan of it. It's, like I said, I'm I can see better with these new glasses, but it's sometimes, because I'm colorblind with red and green, it kind of blends in. But the song that I never used to like were actually 2 of them. You Drive Me Nervous and Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. I liked them, but I didn't love them as much as the other songs on the album. And like I said, through the years, I grew to really appreciate them. So I feel this is a perfect Alice Cooper band album. Oh, this is a perfect album. He made a few of them, I think. Paul Simon, There Goes Ryman Simon. Just look at those songs. You tell me, is there a bad song or an okay song on this album? I feel they're all 10 out of 10s. This is a recent one. I always, I liked this album, but it wasn't until a few months back that it finally hit me that this is such a good album. The debut of the band, music from Big Pink. This artist made a few pretty perfect albums. And I think this is the most, it's not my favorite of his, but I feel for all of the songs, it's perfect from start to finish. Station to Station by David Bowie. 6 great songs. How about some ELO? El Dorado. The one song, once again, back when I bought this, the one song that kind of annoyed me back in the day was Boy Blue. But it doesn't annoy me anymore. I think it's a great song. But other than that, back then. But right now, for me, this is a perfect ELO album. A lesser known album for some of you, but this would be, this is one of my all-time favorite albums. I played this hundreds of times. Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band Shiny Beast Bat Chain Puller. And I also have the original Bat Chain Puller, but this is my favorite of the two. And, it's not as weird as, say, Trout Mask Replica, but still, if you haven't heard Captain Beefheart, it might be weird for you on a first listen. But lots of great music in this and great vocals by Captain Beefheart. And the one song I never used to care for was Love Lies. I thought it kind of dragged and slowed down the album, but once again, I love it today. And this, I had the original from when I first started buying CDs, and then one of my viewers kindly gifted me this, the deluxe version, Blind Faith. And I know some, I've always loved it from start to finish, but I know some fans of this album really didn't care for Do What You Like. Over 15 minutes long with the Ginger Baker drum solo and all that. But it's one drum solo on a studio album that I really dig it, man. Yes, I'm still listening to a lot of Donovan. And this might be my favorite album of his. I've got about 10 now, but it kind of changes. But Sunshine Superman, which includes, of the Donovan songs I've heard so far, Celeste, the final track, is just one of my all-time favorite songs. And this album is perfect. Really easy listening, late at night with no weed. All right. Yeah. Once again, when I bought this, I loved it, except for a couple of songs, and now I think it's perfect. Devo, question, are we not man? Answer, we are Devo. And the ones I didn't like were Too Much Paranoias and Gut Feeling, and even Come Back Joni. I think all of side 2 at some point, when I first bought the album, I really loved side 1, and then side 2 was just a little annoying, I guess, or whatever. But I love it all now today. Another perfect album celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. And it's the very first album I ever bought for Blue Oyster Cult. Secret Friggin' Treaties. That's right, I said friggin'. If you like, rock music on the hard rock side of rock with lots of great guitar work, Buck Dharma is such an amazing guitarist. You need this in your collection, along with the first two and other Blue Oyster Cult albums. I have all of their albums. This one is not my favorite by the band, but I feel it's the most consistent from start to finish, and it is a great album. The Clash, London Calling. Just look at those songs. I said, look at the songs. This one, I don't know if you Rolling Stones fans will agree, but I feel this is their most consistent album from start to finish. Sticky Fingers. Yeah, even You Gotta Move, that bluesy track. I love it. Bitch. Sister Morphine, Dead Flowers, and one of my all-time favorite Rolling Stones songs, Moonlight Mile. Just the whole album is perfect. Now, I recently got the deluxe box set of this. This is just the single. Frank Zappa, One Size Fits All. And the one song when I bought this, once again, this is celebrating 50 years, and it's the very first Frank Zappa album I ever heard, but I never cared for, back in the day, Pajama People. I thought it was boring and stupid, but, you know, Frank Zappa is known for writing some pretty silly lyrics, so, and I love the song today, and great guitar work in the song. So I feel this is, well, he's got more than one consistent album from start to finish, but this might be the best of them for me. A few more to go. Sorry for swearing, but how about Grand Funk? Grand Funk, the Red Album, their second album. Once again, if you love rock music and bass, if you're a fan of bass work, Mel Shocker on the bass, just so good. Did you know that I've interviewed Mark Farner from Grand Funk twice? I bet you didn't know that. Yeah. Probably, I think Survival is my favorite, but I don't care for the opening of side 2 with that, the studio chatter for a couple of minutes. Kind of almost doesn't ruin the album, but I wish they hadn't put that in. It's interesting to hear once, but after that it's skippable. But this is great. And the one song back in the day, yeah, I guess my least favorite when this first came out was Mr. Limousine Driver, but I love it today. Well, I think they've got more than one perfect album, but this is perfect from start to finish. Fear of Music. I know maybe some people think side 2 is a little weaker. It's very, very experimental, but I've always loved even side 2 with electric guitar, animals, drugs. Fear of Music. Nobody move. No, not Donovan. Nobody was hurt. None of the CDs flew out, thankfully. I opened them up later and they're all broken. Where was I? 4 to go. My favorite album by this band. Perfect from start to finish. Don't argue with me. 10cc, how dare you? One of my favorite albums by this artist. It might even be at least in the top 3. Coney Island Baby, Lou Reed, the one song when I bought this that I didn't really care for was Kicks, but of course, I love it today. What's that? I haven't mentioned Sparks recently? Oh, how about, and Morris would agree with me on this, Sparks' Number 1 in Heaven from 1979, although recorded in 1978. They were way ahead of the curve when it came to synth pop music. And I was concerned, because I was reading, Sparks are going disco, recording with Giorgio Moroder, who produced Donna Summer. And so when I bought this, I was kind of worried. But on the very first listen, it was like, okay, it's, synth pop, disco-ish, I guess. But it's still got the Mael brothers' personalities in it. And Russell's great vocals and everything. So I've loved it from the get-go. And the final one, and I think most fans of this band would agree this is a perfect album. So many, hit singles on it. But there was always one song on this album that I did not like when I was younger. And, once again, through the years, I grew to really appreciate it. So the album is CCR, Cosmos Factory. It has a couple of pretty decent songs on it. And my favorite, Ramble Tamble, of course. And the one song, guess what the one song is that I did not like when I was younger? That's right, Run Through the Jungle. But of course, I love it today. And that is it. Let me know what you think, what you agree with or disagree with. And let me know what you consider some of the best, perfect albums from start to finish. Like I said, I could have shown at least half a dozen Beatles albums or more, but these are just some of the perfect albums in my CD collection. Thanks for watching, and thank you for helping me celebrate 1,000 rock music vlogs. Where's my cake? Bye. Have a great day.